Hey YouTube, it's Erin, and I am the Handbag Housewife, and I'm back again with another video. First of all, I want to say Happy New Year. I am filming this on New Year's Day. I stayed up until, I guess it was about 1 o'clock maybe last night, and then I pooped out. I'm not quite the party animal that I used to be, but my boys both had friends over, and I'm sure they stayed up much later than I did. Luckily, I can trust them pretty much. I mean, you never know what might happen when you go to sleep with teenage boys a prowl. I have heard stories of things like playing basketball all night and lighting bug spray on fire, which do concern me. But it seems like no matter what I do, that some sort of shenanigan might happen. Anyway, today I wanted to come at you with a quality control issue that I've been experiencing with my luxury handbags. And this isn't limited to luxury handbags, but it certainly hits me harder whenever it's a bag that I've spent a substantial amount of money on. And the bags that I want to talk about today are my Saint Laurent Lou camera bags. I absolutely love Saint Laurent, and the Lou camera bag's leather is incredible. This is a smooth calfskin, and it feels so good to the touch. The color of this one is called Dusty Gray, and I got it out to use it recently, and I discovered that the glazing around the D-rings was missing. I mean, like, it was gone, and I freaked out, so I grabbed my black one out of the cabinet, and you can see, I mean, look, it's like it's worn off, and I've barely worn it. It's like it just flaked off. So the glazing around the D-rings is gone, and it wasn't just one side, it was the whole, all four sides. And so I grabbed my black one out of the cabinet, and my black one was not missing the glazing, but there were little cracks. So there were cracks right here at the junctions. I've experienced this before with my Coach Cassie bags. Let me grab one of those. So here is one of the infamous Coach Cassie 19 bags. I've sold all my actual Coach Cassies, but they are prone to crack right here at this junction. And the same is true for the Louis Vuitton Pochette Métis and any bag that kind of has this sort of junction where the glazing meets up like that. What I've discovered is if I use a product called E6000, I can put that into the crack itself, and this is a flexible glue, so it doesn't get hard and stiff, but it holds really well. I first was exposed to this glue when I was making stretch bracelets, because you can put it on the knot of the stretch bracelet and it keeps that bracelet knot from slipping and having beads pop everywhere all over the place. So if you're ever into crafting and you make your own bracelets, this is awesome. But it is also awesome for the cracks in your glazing in your handbags. Oftentimes you can fix a crack with that E6000 glue and you don't need to do anything else. But what I've done for my Coach Cassies is I've put on the Edge Coat by Feeblings, and I just use a toothpick to kind of go over the top of the crack, and then I will use this tool or a 4-way buffer by Tropical Shine, and I can link all these products down in the description box. I'm not a professional repairer or anything like this, but this has worked for me for my Coach Cassies and my Louis Vuitton key clay. So I also did this on the ends of my Louis Vuitton key clay, because these wear, if you use them every day, the glazing will wear out in a year or so. And I've had this reglazed, and it costs about $60 when the item itself, I think, was around $200 when I bought it. They're way more than that now. And I just decided that I would rather touch up the ends, which is where it gets worn, myself, than to send it back to Louis Vuitton and have them have it for months and months and then charge me $60. And it's worked great so far. I wouldn't do this on a handbag from Louis Vuitton. I would send it back. But on this, which is a product I use all the time, I just decided that I would take care of it myself since it was a lower dollar amount. And that's kind of how I felt about this. This bag retails now for around $1,500 roughly. And when I got it, I mean, I got this one actually, I think for around $600. And so I decided that I would repair it myself since there was just little cracks between where the glazing is here and then the glazing is here. I just filled the crack and put a tiny bit of black over the top. You can see it, but I mean, you can't. I mean, if you look close with your reading spectacles on or a magnifying glass, yes, you can see it, but otherwise no one would know that I had done anything to it, and I'm okay with that. However, I have tried to mix some colors together to come up with this color so that I could try to reglaze this, and it's impossible. I mean, I don't even really want to attempt it. So I called Saint Laurent and I said, can you fix this for me? Because it really bothers me. And customer service said, the only thing you can do is just bring it to a store, and that you need your receipt from where you purchased it. And this is key, because I thought if you didn't buy the item from Saint Laurent, that you didn't get any sort of aftercare, but you do. You get aftercare for 2 years. And in my case, I think it's been around 4 years, because I bought it sometime between May and October of 2019. So not quite 4 years, but the problem is though I save all of my receipts, I mean, all of them, I can't find this one. I can find the black one's receipt. I can find every other bag in my closet's receipt, but I can't find this one. And I have a feeling that it's stuck in a little box or a dust bag somewhere, and I've went through all of them that I can find, but I can't find the one for this one. And I can't find the little booklet for it either. Each one of these comes with a booklet, and within this packet are care instructions, but there's also this little card that tells you what you've got. I can't find that either, and that makes me think that it is somewhere, the receipt and that little booklet, because I don't throw those away, but I can't find it. I went through all my bags. I found one inside of a bag. I found one inside of a little Louis Vuitton small leather good box. I found most of them in a big box where I keep all my receipts, but I am missing about 3 of them, and I bet they're in another box somewhere in my closet, and I just can't find them. But I've literally went through everything I can think of to find it. I haven't actually called yet to talk to them, so I'm crossing my fingers they'll work with me. So customer service said you need to bring it to a store, and I said, well, I don't live close to a store. So they looked it up, and the closest store to me is in Nashville, Tennessee. And so they gave me the phone number. They said, call them, you know, you'll have to show your receipt, or, you know, send them a picture of your receipt, and then they will send you a mailing label to mail the item to them. And they said, since it's been longer than 2 years, you're going to have to pay to get it repaired. And I said, well, that's fine, because I really want to get it repaired. And now these are so much more expensive than they were when I bought it. I don't remember what I paid for this one. It's funny, like I can remember what I paid for the black one and where I got it from, but I can't remember this one at all. I've looked through all of my receipts on email and I can't find it. And then I've even combed through credit card bills trying to find it, and I can't find it. It's driving me insane. So I'm hoping that if I talk to them and tell them what an avid Saint Laurent lover I am, and perhaps share with them my collection, that they'll take pity on me and let me send this to them for repair, because I really want her to be perfect again. Or not perfect, but in a state of good repair, because I just worry that the leather is going to deteriorate without any sort of coating where this D-ring rubs back and forth across it. So let me know, have you guys had any issues with your Saint Laurent pieces having glazing problems? I don't think any brand is safe from glazing problems. My Neo Noe by Louis Vuitton, I had to mail it to them and have the glazing fixed on it. So I've had 2 items with Louis Vuitton that I've had worked on. And then this is my first experience with an issue with Saint Laurent glazing. I've had issues with many of my Coach Cassie type bags. I don't think I've had an issue with any other Coach bag. So it seems to be sort of style specific, which is why this really surprises me. I've looked at my Prada re-editions, and I do worry about the glazing right there on this spot having an issue at some point, because it already has like a little dent in some cases on these bags from the D-ring resting on it. But so far, no cracks, no issues on the Prada bags. And since I did get both my Cameo Beige and my Ardesia Prada bags from the Prada store, I know they'll take care of me. And then the black one, I have the receipt from the store it was purchased from in Italy. So I should be good for all three of those. But in the case of the Saint Laurent bag, I don't have that. I mean, I should have that, but I can't find it. And if you didn't know this, if you want to go look up purchases on department store websites, they only keep them for a couple years back sometimes. I was able to find receipts multiple years back on some sites, but then like on Saks Fifth Avenue, it only goes back 2 years. And I think that I probably bought the Dusty Gray Saint Laurent Lou Camera bag from Saks or Neiman or perhaps Barney's New York, and I can't access receipts past a couple years back for any of those stores. So you need to make sure that you don't just rely on online record keeping to keep track, because even PayPal doesn't go back that far. I was able to track some PayPal purchases by going through old credit card statements, but then when I went to PayPal, I couldn't figure out what they were for. So it was kind of like I was Inspector Gadget. Well, not Inspector Gadget. What inspector is it that I'm thinking of? I don't know. I felt like an investigator trying to find out where this darn bag came from, and I came up empty-handed. So I hope you've enjoyed this content and found it helpful. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, what are you waiting for? Do it and ring my notification bell so that you are notified of future exciting content such as this. Also, go find me on Instagram. The name there is the same. It's the @ then the Handbag Housewife, all lowercase. You can DM me there, or you can email me at thehandbaghousewife@gmail.com. If I don't hear from you, I hope to see you again real soon. Take care and have a fabulous day. Bye.